Imagine that night is not a time for rest, but a silent test of survival. When winter falls with all its weight and every breath turns into frozen mist, sleep is no longer simple. It becomes a quiet gamble between fragile warmth and merciless frost. In a world without heating, without insulated walls, without sealed windows, humans had to create their own way to survive until dawn. They were not searching for comfort. They were fighting to endure. When the earth disappeared under deep snow and the air grew sharp as knives, humans discovered the first true secret of survival: fire. A tiny spark born from two stones, small but powerful enough to mean life. Families gathered around it not for closeness, but because the warmth could not reach everyone. Every step away from the flame was a step closer to the cold darkness. Fire was more than heat. It was reassurance. Its gentle crackling was a quiet promise that the night had not yet won. Over time, humans learned that shelter itself could become protection. Caves were not just hiding places, they were shields of stone. At the entrance, fires were kept burning to block the wind and hold back the unknown. Inside, bodies rested on layers of straw and leaves pressed close together as if forming one single body trying to keep its warmth alive. Sleep was never deep. It came in short moments, light, fragile, as if the mind refused to surrender fully to the dark. And when winter grew harsher, fire alone was not enough. In small wooden huts, animals were kept nearby. Cows in one corner, goats in another, the family close beside them. It was not about affection, it was survival. The heat of their bodies could mean the difference between a night endured and a life lost. The air was heavy, smoke, damp wood, the scent of earth and breath. And yet, within that heavy air, there was shared warmth, not made by fire alone, but by closeness. The ground itself was an enemy. It stole heat quickly, so straw was not just bedding, it trapped air. It created a thin barrier between the body and the frost. Clothes were never removed, thick wool, rough fabric, worn day and night. Sleeping in them was like resting inside armor, protective, but heavy. Not everyone had walls for protection. On frozen roads, under the open sky, sleep was even more uncertain. Travelers caught in snow dug small holes in the ground, gathered branches, lit weak fires. They huddled together for a few minutes of rest that might save them, or might not. There, sleep was not comfort. It was a brief truce with pain. Inside stone castles, where walls were thick but cold, soldiers faced the night differently. Hard floors, bitter air, armor that could not easily be removed. They slept with swords beside them, as if the darkness itself could not be trusted. Bodies close together, noise that never stopped, exhaustion stronger than fear. At sea, the struggle continued. Wooden ships rocked without pause. Decks were wet, air filled with salt and wind, tight spaces, crowded bodies, waves crashing, wood creaking, and still the sailors slept. Because when the body reaches its limit, it does not politely ask for rest. It demands it. Even cities offered no safety to all. The poor slept in markets, against cold walls on bare ground, eyes half open, hands holding their few possessions. There was no protection, but there was closeness, and sometimes that closeness was enough to hold the night back. Through all of this, humans learned something remarkable. Sleep does not require luxury, it requires adaptation. The body can find a moment of peace even in the harshest conditions if it has a reason to continue. And now, as you listen in a warm and safe place, perhaps you can let your thoughts grow quiet. Slow your breathing, feel the calm around you, and remember, sleep was never guaranteed. It was a small victory over a long, cold night.